This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in 5 minutes.
A very high energy cosmic ray could give rise to a shower of electrons that could reflect radio waves. So he wondered if radar could be a way of studying cosmic rays. So when the war ended, he got hold of some army radar equipment and set it up in the field about 20 miles south of Manchester, where the botany department were doing some crop trials. There was far too interference problems at the university itself in Manchester. And there you see, I think, the receiving antenna system adjacent to two wooden huts, where they put all their equipment, in fact. Notice the little sprig on the left-hand side. In fact, over time, that actually grew and grew and grew, and now totally envelops that left-hand hut. Well, they got their first echoes on the 14th of December, 1945. And they got a lot of them. And it was actually some serendipity there, because that was the night of the Geminid meteor shower. And they soon realized that they were not detecting echoes from cosmic ray air showers, but in fact from the trains of ionized gas left behind. A little dust particle comes into the atmosphere and burns up as a meteor. So it wasn't what they were hoping to discover or investigate, but it was interesting.
Throughout the history of war, battles have been won on the battlefield. But technology has always played a critical role. And that is true today more than any time in history. Right now, the one constant in aerospace and defense is change. Threats and technologies are emerging today faster than ever before. What you decide today will make or break your mission tomorrow.
Analog Devices has a depth of industry and technical expertise that is unmatched. We've developed a number of advancements that give our partners a critical advantage. With more than 50 years' experience in the semiconductor and aerospace industries, we help share the development burden to drastically reduce your time to market.
Analog Devices is renowned for uncompromising quality and product longevity. In fact, we have parts on the Patriot Air Defense System and F-15 that are still being maintained today, some 35 years later. In aerospace and defense, seamless design integration is paramount because things work better when they work together. Our matched signal chain technology minimizes integration and design concerns and delivers the industry's highest degree of performance.
We've been in your shoes. Much of our leadership has significant experience working at defense primes and for the government directly. We know what.
All right, over on the Aero Electronics YouTube page, Colorado-based electronics manufacturing company. So Aero Electronics, so pretty cool stuff here. This is K1DBC. Thanks everyone for joining us here. Let's get started here. This is K1DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations please stand by while the repeaters are placed into net mode.
PL off.
Good evening and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for June 8th, 2022. It's a great place to learn about ham, radio, and STEM topics in general. And thankfully, we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron. That's spelled Delta Oscar Romeo Oscar November. And I'm with the Denver Radio Club, and I am Net Control this evening.
W0TX Repeater.
We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? You can contact us via email at elmer@w0tx.org. We also post info at groups.io/g/ham learning net, as well as stream and archive our nets on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. We are also now on most major social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you want to share some stories with us or comments that you see or whatnot, please don't hesitate to do that. This is K1DBC Net Control. We'll begin by inviting Elmers only to check in with or without traffic. All Elmers, please check in now.
Alpha Alpha Zero, Juliet Kilo, good evening.
Kilo Zero, Lima Alpha India, K0 LAI, Larry Lakewood.
All right, Net Control, I'd like to welcome knowledge of the following Elmers: AA0JK Fred and K0LAI Larry. Thank you so much for both checking in, as always. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. All other check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics for the call sign at least, and indicate if you have any traffic or questions as you check in. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo Sierra, Barb in Wheatbridge, no traffic. Kilo Zero Lima Papa Romeo, Lanier and Inglewood.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6H JV Tom, Arvada, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot Zero Juliet India Charlie Steve, Northwest Denver. I have a couple of questions.
Kilo Foxtrot Zero, Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian, Wheat Ridge, no traffic.
November 1 Golf Uniform Mike, Peter in Littleton. WD0CIV, WD0CIV, Charles in Denver, no traffic.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We'll go and hold up there for just a moment. Net Control would like to welcome knowledge of the following check-ins: W0BKS Barb, K0LPR Lanier, K6HJV Tom, KF0JIC Steve, with some questions, KF0AWC Brian, N1GUM Peter, and WD0CIV Charles. Thank you all so much for checking in. Once more, if your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Whiskey Alpha 4 Mike, Bravo Golf, Bob in Aurora.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
This is K1DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome Knowledge with Fine Check-ins, WA4 MBG Bob and KF0 FPI Ron. Thank you so much for checking in. We'll go up the whole alphabet. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, we're just a general Q&A about ham radio electronics. So we'll take all call suffixes, all call signs A through Z. Please check in now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, Lakewood, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood, good evening.
Kilo Echo 0, November Romeo Echo, Jim in Littleton, no traffic.
Kilo 4, Romeo November Yankee, Ronnie and Thornton, no traffic.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We'll go ahead and hold up for just a moment. This is K1DBC Net Control. I was getting myself distracted there. I had K0YES Ken, KE0SUM Jonathan, N0TRP Jim, KE0NRE Jim. I can't remember if you mentioned that you had traffic or not. I apologize. I'll get back to you here in just a minute. And then we had K4RNY. Thank you all so much for checking in. KE0NRE, I apologize. Did you have traffic there? Go ahead.
KE0NRE here, no traffic.
All right, no problem. This is K1DBC Net Control. Again, we're have the whole alphabet, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, please do so with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. As you do, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, as mentioned, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you're not licensed and if you want to chat or if you want to see some behind the scenes or whatever it may be, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. And you can always check in on there if you are licensed as well. So with that, though, I'll throw it back out to the group. Any other check-ins, A through Z for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net? Please call now.
W0TX Repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, with that, you can check in really at any given moment. Anytime that there's no one else speaking, you're more than happy to check in or ask any questions or do so online. So with that, we'll throw it over to KF0JIC. Steve, with some questions. Go ahead. That is yours.
KF0JIC. My first question is, I know obviously I have the frequency set right for this repeater, but I wonder if there's a good way to test to see if I have the tone set right.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We normally remove the PL tone for the net. If you'd like, I can turn that back on, and you can test real quick. And if we hear you, you will have the PL tone set up correct. If that's a test you'd like, I can do that.
KF0JIC, that'd probably be a good thing to try.
Not a problem. Takes 3 seconds here. So this is K1DBC for testing purposes. I'm going to go ahead and remove the PL tone. And then JIC, you can go ahead and try and transmit. This is K1DBC. I'm removing the tone here. Or re-adding it, excuse me.
PL on.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Not sure if you had attempted it there, JIC, but we didn't hear you in there. If you want to try it once more, I'll give you another 10-15 seconds. KF0JIC, Steve, go ahead. It's always fun. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, not hearing you in there. I'll go ahead and remove that tone, and we'll get you back in there, and we'll see if we can help you troubleshoot that. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'm going to go ahead and remove the PL tone, and I'll call it back on you here in just a minute, Steve.
PL off.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, I didn't hear you in the. I didn't hear you in there, KF0JIC, Steve. If you want to go ahead, you should be able to transmit now.
Okay, maybe I'll have someone check at a field day and see if that works. KF0JIC.
Okay, not a problem. Go ahead with what type of model radio is that?
It is the Yaesu FT65 KF0JIC.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, I know a few people definitely have a similar variant to that or something like that. So, yeah, definitely Field Day would be a good opportunity a couple weeks away. That would be an awesome opportunity to help get some troubleshooting there. Yeah, and for that event, we'll remove the PL tone, I believe. So you'll be able to make it to the repeater even if your radio is not working as it should be. So, yeah, as always mentioned, RT Systems always a really good piece of software for anybody to try to program the radio or the built-in software, the software that comes with it, or Chirp. Yeah, we'll try to have to, now that our website's a little bit more up to date, we'll try to post on here something you can download in some of those programs and get that programmed in. So yeah, no problem. KF0JIC, Steve, you had some anything further on there? Go ahead, or anything else? Go ahead.
KF0JIC, I have one more question. I received a radiogram in the mail today. It was just a message congratulating me on getting the license. Is there anything in particular I should do about that?
No. Normally, yeah, I don't know if that was from ARL or who that was from. But normally, no. As long as you have your license and as long as you've tested and passed your tests, you have your license. So any other messaging is probably just somebody noticed your call sign and your address maybe and sent you something. So you shouldn't need to do with that. But yeah, interesting news on that.
KF0JIC, it looks like it originated in Pasadena, California from K6HTN.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've heard of QSL cards. That was what I was trying to think of. I've heard of QSL cards. I wonder if that has some origination in it. Yeah. If you did make a contact with someone and they feel like it, they can fill out a what a lot of people now refer to as a QSL card, which is shows their call sign, name, and then probably a little bit of information of the contact you made. So that potentially might have been what it was as well. So interesting stuff.
KF0JIC, I haven't actually made any contacts other than the net yet, but yeah, it's probably just someone that saw I got the license. Anyway, I have no further questions at this time.
All right, no problem. KF0JIC. This is K1DBC Net Control. Yep, lots of interesting stuff, and a lot of this is pretty old and dates back quite a bit. So a lot of pretty interesting history to this stuff. So yeah, congrats. Welcome to the hobby, and yeah, hopefully we'll get you out there. And yeah, please come hang out for Field Day, as you mentioned. We can talk about that here real briefly. W0TX.org/Field Day, June 25th and 26th. We're going to have a blast out there. So come and hang out. Prospect Arena, 13805 West 52nd Avenue. You know, we've tried in the past to bring your own equipment, larger transceivers for help. But if you want help with handhelds, smaller things, we are more than happy to try to help you program those things. So we'll be operating 3 Alpha, and we'll hopefully be doing a lot more CW and FT8 this year. And yeah, we'd love to see everyone out there. So this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll probably speak about Field Day a little bit more at further length here in a little bit, but. Yeah, anyone else? Any other further comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net so far? Please call now.
A0JK.
Yeah, A0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, for that radiogram, if we go to QRZ and bring up those call letters, maybe that would clarify who sent that. And possibly it's someone he might know.
Absolutely, yep. You could look on QRZ.com and enter in their call sign, and you could potentially see who that was and get some more information on them. So yeah, good information there. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now.
Question.
W0TX repeater.
Yeah,
go ahead with the question.
Yeah, QRZ, don't enter your call letters, Jerome. I believe it was, what was it, K6HTX? Correction if that's not right, and enter that and see what comes up.
This is KF0JIC. It was K6HTN, Kilo 6 Hotel Tango November.
Okay, did you get that, Jerome?
Yeah, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yep, K6HGN. Yep, you can go ahead and look that up online. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I guess I'll take this time just to take official check-ins if you just tuned in. This is a general learning net about ham radio, STEM, STEAM, electronics, and all the tendrils about ham radio. So as we're talking about Field Day, a pretty cool upcoming event. So if you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, please do so with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you need traffic or questions. Please call now.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sierra, Kevin Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, and that time we had K0 KPS. Kevin, thank you so much for checking in. Definitely appreciate it. All right, once more at the moment, this is K1DBC Net Control. If you'd like to check in to the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net over the air, please do so with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have traffic or questions. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I can probably bring up a couple of stories potentially. It's definitely been just a little bit busy from my side in work here recently, but yeah, I can bring up maybe a story or two, talk about Field Day, some upcoming events, club-related stuff, but I'll throw it up to the group. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Yep, as mentioned, the upcoming Field Day. It's a great way to exercise our operations, our equipment and services. If you've not been to one, it's a Ham Radio's open house. Every June, more than 40,000 hams throughout North America set up temporary transmitting stations in public places to demonstrate Ham Radio's science, skill, and service to our communities and our nation. It combines public service, emergency preparedness, community outreach, and technical skills all in a single event. It's been an annual event since 1933. So come join us. Free overnight camping event. We'll be providing meals throughout the event. Plenty of operations. It is a 24-hour event, and as long as people are staying there Saturday evening, we'll be able to operate Saturday evening and not shut down. So RV, tent, car camp, come hang out. So be there for as long or as short as you'd like to be. So we'd love people helping out with teardown and setup and all sorts of different stuff. So yeah, as mentioned, we're going to try to have an FT8 station on the air this year, CW on the air, and just try to do a little bit more. So this is K1DBC Net Control. I'm sure I can speak a little bit more about that, but I'll throw it out to the group. Anybody have any comments, questions, anything in regards to the upcoming Field Day? Please call in.
LAI.
Yeah, K0LAI. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a friend come by today. We were discussing some ham radio issues, but he asked about Field Day, and he was wondering if he can camp there or not for overnight.
Absolutely. This is K1DBC Net Control. There is plenty of space, and we have, I doubt we're going to fill it to its capacity. So there we have plenty of space for many RVs, many cars and trucks and things like that. So this is a equestrian arena, so it's kind of used to being filled up a little bit. So club member or not, please, yeah, they're more than happy to come join us and camp overnight, please.
Okay, I'll tell him. He's an extra, and his two daughters have participated in Field Day with DRC in the past up at Genesee, and those two daughters usually participate in doing contacts and things as well. So I'll let them know. This is K0LEI, back to net.
Perfect. Sounds good. Absolutely. Yep. The more the merrier. That is what this event is for. So we put it on, and we hope for a lot of participation. So yeah, that is awesome to hear. So yeah, awesome. Appreciate that, Larry. K0LAI. This is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. I was trying to bring something up here really to demonstrate what I was talking. Well, I guess I can show you maybe. I can tell you that this year the Denver Radio Club is at least laying some better groundwork and framework in terms of how we plan this event, and I hope other events as well. And so, my title, quote unquote, if you will, is the Field Day Chairperson. But in the past, we've really never had a field day committee, quite frankly. So thankfully, this year, a more formal committee has been meeting, and it may not show this year potentially, but it will definitely show this year, but it'll definitely show next year. But we are trying to meet more frequently and plan this event and have better results year after year. So this year, it's a little bit of a learning event, but next year it will really bear some fruit from that. So I really want to try to have some more transparency on that. I hope that maybe we meet on Google Meet, and I hope maybe we can put that out more publicly so you can attend that if you'd like, as well as kind of related to that a little bit is the club board meetings, but in transparency. But yep, so we've more or less have a field day committee with some people in it, and hopefully this year it's going to work out really well for us. So this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it up back out to the group. Any other comments, questions, anything in regards to our upcoming field day or the field day in general? All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Even if you can't attend, but still would like to participate in field day, you're more than happy to do that under your call sign if you'd like, under any conditions. We'd love for you to do that. And if you'd like, you can also submit your contacts for us. You'd be using your call sign, but you can kind of tag our club, kind of the recent rules here. So a lot of stuff up on their webpage, arl.org/field day, for more information on that in general.
W0TX repeater.
So yeah, field day is a really fun event, and in the past, excuse me, in the past it really just has kind of come down to the wire a little bit, and it kind of is a little bit here now too. But with some planning, we've had some better success. So, we're still gonna have a load of fun, however it may come and be. So, anyone else? Questions on our upcoming field day, June 25th, 26th? All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the group. Any comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's Learning Net, please call now. This is K1DBC Net Control. If you look at the front page of our website, W0TX.org, you'll see a major change, but kind of halfway down, you'll see the June 2022 Roundtable newsletter. So go have a scroll through that. Information about Field Day and Hamfest and some club changes here. We're looking for some more volunteers to help our club members succeed. So a membership chairperson opportunity. If you would like to volunteer with that, we'd love to have somebody helping with our membership. Talking about things we learned. I talked about learning nets and siren tests results and a lot of cool stuff here. So a lot of work goes into this. So please check out the Denver Radio Club Roundtable.
question, KE0SUM.
Yeah, KE0SUM. Jonathan, go ahead.
Kind of refresh my memory. Field day, are you guys using verticals or horizontals or a mixture of both? Because obviously verticals have their disadvantages, but I wasn't sure what all you guys were setting up.
Comment.
Yeah, good question there. Yeah, I still don't have that exact information, quite frankly. We're using a... yeah, let me try to dig that up here real quick, but yeah, go ahead with the comment, A0JK.
AA0JK, a misnomer there to say that verticals have their disadvantage. That's incorrect. Actually, for field day, it would be advantageous to be using verticals because they are omnidirectional. Unlike a beam or setting up your dipole antennas, which seem to favor a particular direction. Unlike that, when you are trying to work a whole entire area, like in field A and trying to work the continental U.S. and Canada, your omnidirectional antennas will be far superior and far better. But don't disregard vertical antennas. I've used them for many, many years, and there's nothing wrong with them. A0JK.
All right, thanks there, Fred A0JK. To help try to answer your question there a little bit more, I don't know at the moment. We used the tri-band 3-element beam antenna, but I just don't have the better terminology there for you. I know we had 3 different antennas, but I can't better define that. I apologize, KE0SUM. This is K1DBC.
Yeah, but Drone, you just pulled up a tri-band 3-element antenna on YouTube, and of course, that's not vertical, that it becomes a Yagi, correct?
JK.
All right, A0JK, Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, take note of the ropes that are attached to that horizontal beam antenna. That antenna is going to favor the direction in which it is pointed, and in the picture there, on the back you've got your reflectors, and then in the front you've got, on the right side, you got your director, and then your main element there is in the center. It's going to favor the direction in which it is pointing. So as you work throughout the day, depending upon what area you want to work, then you have to change the direction that is pointing to work the area that you want to work. Unlike with a vertical antenna, you don't have to worry about turning it because it's omnidirectional. But the big beam antennas they look impressive and they cost a lot of money. But as far as efficiency, come on now. A good vertical is omnidirectional. You don't have to worry about which direction your signals are coming from. It pretty much takes care of everything for you. You don't have to worry about adjusting it. AA0JK.
What about a loop?
Well, then again, you've got issues. The loop is going to favor a particular direction, right?
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have enough knowledge and information on that, surprisingly. But yeah, we saw that beam antenna being rotated there. So this is K1DBC Net Control. SUM or anyone else on that, go ahead. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. This is a little bit different shot here. You can't really see it too well, but in the back right corner of this shot is one of the other antennas that we used, provided by Mark's N0XRX, and you can't really see them well, but there's radials on the ground, so that was one of the additional antennas that we used there.
Hey, Zero. Fred, anyway, I was just thinking, but with a horizontal Yagi, we're definitely rotating it around, but you're then aiming where you're wanting to pick up the signal, and then you're directing your power for transmit back out in the same direction. So aren't you more likely to get a much further contact?
If you go and look up some of the websites there for your basic antennas and look at the donut shape radiation patterns that come off of your antenna, that'll clarify for you what the optimum area is of operation for your particular antenna. If you have that stretched out north to south, it's going to favor east to west, because it's radiating east to west and receiving east to west. If you want to operate the other direction, you change the direction that it's strung. So does that help clarify it?
Yeah, that does. Thank you, Fred. KE0SUM, back to you, drone.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. That did remind me a little bit more officially. We are going to have more of a band captain this year to help separate operations, prevent us from stepping over from each other. So maybe some technical support, some other support. But yeah, good information there about different types of antennas. And another thing I just Googled is ARL field day antennas, and some different articles came up about planning and sites, things like that. So yeah, some general interesting information there about antennas, directionality, omnidirectional, etc. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, plenty of information out there, a lot to learn about antennas. So if anyone has any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for us about that or anything else so far, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. We have another 20 minutes or so here until the normal ending of the net. But if anybody else has any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net, please call now. All right, yep. And if you're not licensed or have never been to a field day, it's a very, very casual club in general in terms of how we interact with our members, but very, very casual event in general. You don't have to operate if you don't want to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. It's all volunteer-based, and yeah, come check things out. Operate, volunteer, and we can do quite a lot. So yeah, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, June 25th, 26th, Prospect Arena. I'd love to see you out there. Hopefully better weather and some better coverage for that. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, any other check-ins, comments, questions, anything else for this evening's net so far, please call now.
W0 Fox Charlie, Jerry and Lone Tree. Howdy, no traffic.
All right, W0FFC, Jerry, got you checked in.
W0FFC with a comment. Love the new website. It looks really great. On a second note, any word about when we might be expecting to have some face-to-face meetings again? Any talk? Have we found anything? Any information? Thanks.
Thank you again. Appreciate the compliments on the redesign there. Yeah. No news that I've heard of in-person meetings so far. Unfortunately, yeah. I would just suggest emailing our club president, president W0TX.org. I know it's funny. I say this, but they were going to they're probably going to send out a survey asking if people want to meet in person. And I think that answer is quite obvious. So they want to hold meetings in person. They know you guys want, everyone wants meetings in person. I think it might just take somebody really just following through and making that happen. So not that I have heard, but let our board members and officers know that you would like that. You or anyone else email president at W0TX.org or W0TX.org, or just go on W0TX.org/officers and you can get a hold of anyone you need to. So I'll throw it back out to you, FFC Jerry. This is K1DBC Daron.
I attended a meeting at the Parker Radio Club this last week and realized just how much we're missing in so many ways, both for face-to-face meetings, for education, for camaraderie, whatever you want. It was just really nice to be sitting and talking face-to-face with a group of 30 hams. I think we really need it, and we need it sooner than later.
Comment.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And you're definitely preaching to the choir. I know a lot of people understand that point too. Yeah. We're definitely antsy for monthly face-to-face meetings and more in-face meetings, things like that. So, yeah, there's probably a lot more we could say about that. But this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it over to Fred, A0JK. Go ahead.
A0JK dittos to that and put emphasis there on contacting Jerry there to let him know of your interest and wanting to get those going again. But now that we are seeing this COVID start to come under control and they start opening up the government facilities, it sure would be nice if we could get that Taj Mahal facility back again. Just the overhead screen facilities and the ability to go in and hook up our computers and have presentations and have the face-to-face camaraderie is definitely, like you said, overdue and definitely wanted. But let's make also another note here. Look what has been accomplished during this time that we have not been able to have the face-to-face meetings. Look what Daron has put together here. Our meetings here on Wednesday for the Learning Net, and then also that the club has put together for the club general meetings here on the third Wednesday of every month. We have gained a lot here in the way of technology and spreading out and reaching out to individuals who can't participate in a face-to-face environment. We're going to have to figure out that once we do get our face-to-face ability back in place, to not lose what we have gained in regard to being able to use the internet and the technology that we have been using in replace to the face-to-face. We might have to just schedule another night to be able to to maintain some of this, because some of the presentations that we've had over the internet in place of the face-to-face have been great. So and more outward reaching. So there's a lot to be considered here. But yes, kudos that we definitely need some face-to-face meetings. A0JK.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. This is K1DBC Net Control. Absolutely, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, I get a nice in-person remote option for the future would be nice. We just kind of have to come up with a solution where we have good internet and can stream and or record or whatever it may be, and allow people to access it remotely and also in person. So, yeah, it's been my pleasure, and I've learning nets going back to February 3rd, 2021. So it's kind of crazy, and we have meetings going back all the way to, let's see here, August 19th, 2020. So a lot of stuff online now where it hadn't been before. So at least for that aspect, we have a lot more of our club online than we have ever in the past. So yes, email our club president and let him know that you do want to meet in person, and also have some sort of a remote option as well. So yep, we are here to serve you all as our members. So let them know. This is K1DBC Net Control. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. You'll probably see some of that in regards to Field Day as well. We'll probably be live streaming from there. We do have a pretty good internet connection due to Mark N0XRX, one of our newly appointed board members. He also works with Denver Water and Water Amateur Radio Club, so he has a lot of cool technology laying around, so he'll be providing internet for that. So if you can't make it, find things online, and there'll always be a more well-produced video after the fact. So this is K1DBC Net Control. We have another 10 minutes or so here. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now.
JK?
Yeah, A0JK, Fred, go ahead.
A0JK, yeah, if we get to where we can have the face-to-face meetings again, it would be fantastic if you could bundle up your little green screen there and put it up and live stream our meetings while we're doing face-to-face. But anyhow, there's a lot of work involved there to try to get something like that going. But that would be fun. Oh, I love it. There it is. I love it. A0JK. Thanks, Jerome.
All right, so behind the curtain there, very cool. Yeah, yep. It takes work, and that's why we don't see a lot of the things maybe we want to see in this club. A little bit, some food for thought. There is. It sometimes takes just individuals just to follow through with some of these things, and it'll benefit the club in general. So, yeah, I'm more than happy to see that through fruition as much as we can. So, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net? Please call now. All right, another fun event that we really haven't really talked about in the past, besides this year. Denver Radio Club does participate in a pretty fun event on behalf of the Salvation Army. We drive their canteen vehicle. If you've been to our field day, you've seen that in the past. But this isn't a parade. So a really cool event, Littleton, downtown Littleton, June 18th, Saturday, June 18th, but the weekend just before field day. There's a parade at 9 a.m. and there's a muster from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it's a gathering of firefighting equipment and apparatus and showcasing it and whatnot. So really a lot of fun event. milehighhookandladder.org. It's on our W0TX.org webpage under events. There's also an opportunity to volunteer if you like with that. K1DBC at W0TX.org. You know, I'll be kind of just hanging around and watching kids go in and out. It's a very family-friendly event, and just kind of tell them about the Salvation Army and what we do for them. So it's an antique and modern fire rescue vehicles, jaws of life, auto extrication, water activities for kids, medical helicopter landing, and disaster preparedness educational information. So a lot of fun. milehighhookandladder.org for more information on that. This is K1DBC Net Control. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I might have a thing or two to bring up, but yeah, it's a little bit quieter time right now, but this is K1DBC Net Control. Any other comments, questions? There'll be a last opportunity here in just a few minutes, but I can bring up a few things. So any other things at the moment, please call now. This is K1DBC Net Control. Going through the things that I was looking through, I don't have actually too much related. There's always a lot of really cool articles to read on hackaday.com. It's a blog about electrical engineering, computer science, a lot of different engineering professions. So let's see, talking about looks like 3D or plastic injection. Really interesting article series they have here called the Retroocular. Let's see, this one is on the Forgotten Vacuum Tube AD converters, analog to digital converters of 1965. So that's a pretty interesting thing. An era of story electronics have been very much about figuring how to make something happen. This case, most interesting developments come from occasions when needs exceed what's available. Video shows Antique Wireless Association has a perfect example, a long-lost analog-to-digital converter vacuum tube. Like almost every mid-20th century innovation in electronics, this one traces its roots back to Bell Laboratories, which was keenly interested in improving bandwidth on its massive network of copper lines and microwave links. As early as 1947, Dr. Frank Gray and physicists at Bell Labs had been working on vacuum tubes that could directly convert an analog signal into digital representation. His solution was a cathode ray tube similar to the CRT in an oscilloscope. So really interesting article here in video. So Forgotten Vacuum Tube, Analog to Digital Converters of 1965. And sorry, that was an article written by Dan Maloney. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of really interesting stuff here. Article about how, and again by Dan Maloney, how is the Voyager still talking after all these years? Goes into now in excess of 40 years old, still in contact, and despite having covered around 20 billion kilometers, one of the most hostile environments imaginable. So really interesting feats NASA and space agencies have done to keep in contact with these communication satellites and things like that. This is K1DBC Net Control. I could blab on all night, but I'll throw back out to the net. Any other comments, questions, check-ins for this evening's net so far, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Another great blog to read, very much radio-related, is rtl-sdr.com about software, news about software-defined radio, news and projects. Some pretty heady stuff here. Let's see, they are talking about the New England Workshop on Software-Defined Radio. It's the 12th installment of the annual workshop organized by the Boston Software-Defined Users Group. It will be a virtual event. They're committed to achieving the primary goal by providing a forum that enables software-defined radio enthusiasts to get together, collaborate, and introduce concepts to those interested in furthering their knowledge of software-defined radio capabilities and available resources. They welcome experienced enthusiasts as well as individuals who are interested in getting started with it. Let's see. newsdr.org for more information on them. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Always a lot of stuff. I'm a little bit tapped out here for this evening, but, you know, always Hamvention just happened, so a lot of YouTube stuff on that. Maybe some members have some stuff on that. Plenty of stuff coming up. Let's see, next week is going to be our upcoming meeting. It's going to be on the topic of, let's see here, just walked away from it.
W0TX Repeater.
June 15th, upcoming meeting, Skin Effect, presented by John, W6NBC. Pretty interesting information. He's given a lot of presentations in the past. It's a phenomenon, Skin Effect, that is, that most hams have heard of but know little about. It goes into, plays major roles, and surprising how it affects in balance. So really interesting stuff there, more heady stuff. So W0TX.org for information on how to join our meeting there next week, 7 p.m. for the meeting, and then 6 p.m. for our Elmer session.
A0JK?
Yeah, A0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, with this new website, it makes it real easy for folks to go in there and access some of the roundtable archives. I know we get a lot of questions about antennas, and W60AV has got a plethora of articles that he has written over the years about antennas, and I'm quite sure that you can find something in there that is of interest there, and also get some clarification on some of your questions about antennas. But take a scan at the archives there in the roundtable, and take a look at all the different subjects that we have discussed and written about in the past there. But a lot of information there that's available to you now and easily accessible. So give it a look there. AA0JK.
Good mention of that. Yeah, there's a lot of information buried in these, and it's many years of information worth. That is another project of mine that I'm going to see. We're going to work with Brennan to try to get it out of a PDF format into a format that's easily more readable and can link a lot easier and help W60AV make these kind of indexes a lot easier. So yeah, as you see here, antennas, antenna construction project, seven pages worth of a pretty good index of all the articles and things that we've had in the round table. So a lot of work, a lot of effort over the years. So yeah, roundtable, W0TX.org/roundtable, and you can find more information on that. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. We have just another minute or so. I'll throw it out. Any other last-minute comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net? Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, as mentioned, next week's our upcoming meeting. It takes place online. There's a Google link for meet.google. That may change, so please try to keep up to date on that page. But it'll only change once. We're going to change it one permanent time to another Meet Google link. But this is K1 DBC Net Control. We had a total of 19 check-ins this evening. Really do appreciate everyone being here. Again, you can always contact us via email, elmer@w0tx.org. as mentioned a few times this evening, on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. We stream and archive our nets, so if you missed them or you wanted to scroll back, and if you missed a piece of information or missed something, you can always do that. So also groups.io/G/HEM Learning Net. Again, we appreciate everyone being here. Again, next week is our meeting. See W0TX.org for more information on that. All right. Appreciate everyone being here this evening. No matter where you're calling in from, keep all the comments, questions, check-ins coming in. We do appreciate that. And we have a lot of upcoming in-person meetings and in-person activities coming up. So you guys are asking for them. So please don't hesitate to waste those. Or either way, we'd love to see you there if you can. So, yep. W0TX.org for upcoming information on the different events we have, the Fire and Parade Muster, Hamfest, and Field Day. So a lot of cool stuff coming up. So this is K1DBC Net Control. With that, I'll go ahead and put the repeaters back into normal mode.
PL on.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, definitely appreciate everyone being here and checking things out. Again, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. I usually play just a little 2-minute video for an outro, but stick around for that if you want. But otherwise, this is Daron, K1DBC 7-3. I am clear, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a good evening. All right, again, everyone, thanks for hanging out here. This is Advanced Manufacturing provided by Adafruit Industries. Pretty cool stuff here. Let's check it out. Just 2-minute video here of a pick and place machine.
We have some factory footage, and we also have a special Memorial Day little video clip from outside our window.
Just soldering on steroids. You'll pick up a component, place it on a board, and have soldering process. So this is how manufacturing is done at scale. So pretty cool stuff here.
And outside our window, we have this. This is our view of the Disney building across the street, and they're putting in windows. But one nice thing was a little treat. This went up right before Memorial Day, so we got a nice treat of a big old American flag out front. Okay, let's.
All right, this is K1DBC. Appreciate everyone being here this evening. Yeah, what can I say? Appreciate it all. And this is the Denver Radio Club YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm glad we're seeing more participation on here. We're seeing more people join. So yeah, only more to come. So again, everyone, 7